BTB listeners, thank you so much for checking out today's episode. Listen, if this episode inspires you, do me a favor, take 5 seconds to shoot me a like and subscribe to the podcast. There are several more exciting guests that are in the pipeline, and I just can't thank you enough for your continued support, and let's keep paying the mission forward. In the end, you don't shine to blind others. You shine to light them. When you're treated poorly, stand tall, take the high road, and remember, eagles don't waste time chasing cows. They soar higher. Keep soaring, no matter the circumstances.
Don't be afraid of the dark. Be careful with stars. Not every light is gonna guide you, baby.
Welcome to the BTB Project, designed to empower listeners to identify their why and to live their best lives no matter the circumstances. My name is Kollman Gearhart, a former athlete and motivational coach. I've had the opportunity to inspire thousands through my story and help accomplish what they are built to be. You'll be encouraged by each and every episode, and let's get into it.
Yeah, when I blow up, I'ma soar high like Peter Pan. In real life, be living out my dreams. If I'm waking up, it's in a foreign land.
We've all been there. We've been in these situations where you feel disrespected or overlooked. In today's BTB short, I want to dive deep into one of the most bitter pills that you can swallow as a human being. It's something that recently just happened to me within literally the last couple hours that sparked me to want to give you guys some insight, hopefully advice, maybe just be transparent and lay it out there of the importance of taking the high road and rising above being disrespected. When you aren't treated very nice, it is by far one of the worst feelings, especially when you know you're giving your best. You're doing everything that you can to do the right thing, be the right person, overcome the challenges, but it stings. It weighs heavy on us when people don't treat us very nice. And it makes you wonder, why should I ever be kind to someone or something that hasn't been giving me that same kindness in return? As kids, we're taught to treat people the way that you want to be treated. And ultimately, life, the world, more often than not, doesn't operate under those circumstances. But I'm here to tell you today that even being the recipient of disrespect, that we are called, we are commanded to take the high road and to be the example of how we want to be treated. Be the person that we want to be receiving that type of respect, empathy, caring, rising above even the darkest of circumstances. So here's the truth. How people treat you in your life, that's actually their path. That's something that's so far out of your control. You don't know what's happened to them in their personal life. You don't know if they just had a bad meeting, a bad day, a tough conversation with their significant other or a friend or whatever it may be. They could be carrying a weight, an anchor that literally sinks them down to the ocean floor that you have nothing to do with. So I want to make very clear that we understand as we talk through this that it's not your fault. What is in your control is how you respond to the people that are hurting you. Taking the high road isn't about ignoring the hurt or pretending that everything's okay. That's not what I'm asking you to do here. This is about choosing who you want to be, the example that you want to set in the face of it. Because let's face it, anyone can throw negativity back at any given time. We live in such an reactionary world. If you have a driver's license and get in your car right now, I'm sure you can drive down the street, go onto a freeway, and find somebody that is going to be displeased with the way that you drive just because you're driving next to them. Literally, you are just on the road and they are going to find something that makes them frustrated. Taking the high road isn't about ignoring the hurt or pretending that everything's okay. It is truly choosing who you want to be. The most powerful thing you can do in these situations is to find a restraint of not reacting to the person that's treating you poorly, but to give grace under fire. So how do we want to take the high road? I'll give you my example. I was told that a particular situation wasn't going to work out and that it was best to part ways. No explanation, no reason that was the end of an engagement. And in that moment, I had so many things spinning in my head because there's a lot of different situations that I think of leading up to that point where it's like, man, I had this feeling in my gut because of how I was being treated that this might happen. This might actually come to life. And that's another podcast that you can go check out. I've talked several times about how the gut is usually right. So when you think about the moment of when you know your gut's right and you're receiving this information of disrespect projected on you, the first thing that you have to do is you have to pause before you react. When someone disrespects you, the first instinct is you want to fire back at them. For everything that you're taking negatively, you want to give it back. Like some sort of verbal missile fire that's going on between you and that individual. But instead of firing back, I suggest pausing. A moment of silence. Take a breath. That split second of stillness can stop you from saying something and doing something that pulls you down to the level of the person that's trying to hurt you with their words. Remember, you don't have to attend every argument you're invited to. I think of movies like The Karate Kid. You got Danny LaRusso, Daniel-san, and Mr. Miyagi. And a lot of their back and forth of kind of mentor and student, and the Karate Kid learning the way of the warrior, of the karate spirit from his sensei, Mr. Miyagi. And there's so many points in that movie to where Mr. Miyagi is quiet and still in his thoughts. And Daniel-san, Danny LaRusso, being a kid in that time of the movie, he had a hard time being patient, trying to understand the stillness of Mr. Miyagi. But whether it's learning how to fight and maintaining discipline within the fight, or learning how to handle someone that's treating you with disrespect, the principle of finding the stillness and the pause and the breath to get back to alignment, to understand what the situation really is incredibly important. We do not have to attend every argument you're invited to. Next is you have to recognize that these words that are being said, it is not about you. Most disrespect comes from someone else's pain, comes from their insecurity, comes from a struggle that happened long ago, or it could have happened an hour ago, and they're carrying that with them. Hurt people hurt people. I've seen it way too often in my life. And sometimes I've been the perpetrator of being a hurtful person. But these moments of pausing before you react and catching yourself allows you to develop a resiliency of respect for yourself enough to where you're actually staying on the high road. The high road is not something that you start on. I believe it's something that you work your way up to by handling these situations with class, with self-respect, and actually a very small amount of empathy towards the person that's hurting you. People treating you with disrespect does not excuse their behavior, but it helps you not take it personal. Think of it like this. If someone hands you a bag of garbage, you don't have to carry it around. You can set it down whenever you want. That garbage is not tied to you. You're either choosing to hold it or you're choosing to let go of it. So how many times in your life are you getting this obligatory bag of garbage? Are you going to hold on to as many bags as you can as you navigate life? Have that weigh you down? How's that going to make you treat other people? It's your choice to hold the garbage or put it down. Third is you have to protect your energy. The energy that's coming from someone that's treating you with disrespect is energy. It's just channeled the wrong way. You are not obligated to stay in the spaces you are around where people are consistently bringing you down. That's the trash analogy. You're choosing to be in those situations as long as you're holding the trash. And in some cases, you might not have a choice. It might be a job that you have to have. It might be a class or a teacher to where you have to be engaged so that you can graduate from that particular school you want to go to, so that you can go on in your career. It might be that sports team to where it's a toxic culture, a difficult coach, and a hard circumstance where disrespect is everywhere and you just have to stay in it. If that's the case where you find yourself in a situation where you have to stay in it, one of the biggest challenges, but a very important aspect to taking steps to staying on the high road is to lead with compassion. This might be the hardest part because when you're faced with cruelty, meet it with compassion, not for them, but for yourself. Don't let someone else's darkness dim your light. We have no idea in some aspects what people have been through. And being kind in a cruel world is never going to be a weakness. It's going to be revolutionary and something that's going to help potentially change the trajectory of that person's life who is treating you with disrespect. But ultimately, if you see that you have your ability to have options and you're able to create more choices for yourself of who you're putting yourself around, make sure that you're finding your tribe. Often when you're in an arena of disrespect or a single person is disrespecting you, the best thing you can do is surround yourself with people that lift you up, who know your self-worth, who remind you on a daily basis what your strengths are and to allow you to forget the days that are tough. We're not meant to walk this life alone. Find your tribe, find your community, find a safe place. Once you're able to establish that support system, this last important point that I want to make about taking the high road is when you come across these people that just want to make sure that you doubt yourself or question the effort that you're putting in to life, into your goals, into trying to produce for a company or create a result that you want in school or impact a team. You got to take these individuals and you have to use it as fuel. When people treat you with disrespect, every single negative experience can either break you or it can build you. Let it be the latter. Let disrespect be a reminder of the kind of person you refuse to become. Because as we sharpen your purpose and as we deepen our ability to maintain our empathy, we ultimately impact this world in more ways than we could ever imagine. Life isn't about dodging every negative encounter. It's about rising above them. It's about choosing grace over bitterness, strength over pettiness, and love over some of the cruelest hate that we've seen in today's day and age. In the end, you don't shine to blind others. You shine to light the way. So when you're treated poorly, stand tall. Take the high road, and remember, eagles don't waste time chasing cows. They soar higher, and they keep soaring, no matter the circumstances. Listen, if this BTB short on taking the high road impacted you, do me a favor and like and subscribe to the BTB Project. Better yet, send this message to a family member, friend, or colleague, and encourage them. Send it to someone who might be disrespected recently, and they need some words of hope, words of encouragement on how to navigate this ever-changing world. As always, I'm proud of each and every one of you, and until next time, take care.